Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to the Sexy Brutale. So, we beat the game. Now it's just a question as far as can we walk around the entire map and see if we can find all the collectibles. Seemingly, I imagine that a lot of these pictures here don't mean anything. But we do know that there are bombs in the fireplaces. But the bombs being in the fireplaces, I don't think mean anything, like, either. Like, the way it kind of boils down is that see, that just kind of ended it. So I wanted to come through this area and like through the chapel to see if there was something in the next room that I could see or miss. But honestly, this may just lock me into the endgame scenario again. Which at a certain point we could just skip to the ending and rewind the day and see what the bad ending was. Like, it's this specific room that I wanted to walk into. Alright. Unfortunately, because of this cutscene, you can't just tap A to skip through it. And so we're just waiting here for it to happen once. Until I have control of the character, and then we'll have it happen the second time. So, seemingly, there isn't a great way to do this. See, I can't even go into like listen mode with the right trigger or left trigger. So you're just sitting here waiting for him to bring that bomb over. Seeing this a second time, you'd think that there would be a way to skip this like all the other skips have happened, but apparently not. So we'll check out these two rooms and then we'll just have to wander around the entirety of the rest of the map. I guess this entire mansion is the Sexy Brutale, even including the garden and the little house in the back. Or at least it's close enough. And where we are now, this clock tower seems to be connected to a fourth level, effectively, of the mansion. Which, in a funny way, would make a very weird looking building if you thought about how it would look on the outside. That it would have this, like, clock tower at the top with three other small buildings in a long line, and then below that you have the chapel, which is more like a pyramid shape or an arrow pointing in the other direction. And then when you get down to the next floor, you assume that the second floor is probably the same kind of square outer lining as the first floor. Or at least I would think that would be the case. And then the first floor is just huge. It just does not make a lot of sense. I think it's worth mentioning here that I'm a little disappointed in that there wasn't a bit of a bigger reveal as far as to how the killers, who the killers are and their motivations. They are all just the same guy. Like, everybody is the same guy, just torturing himself mentally. Where... Nope. I was not ready to do that. The whole masks chasing you thing doesn't have anything to do with anything, really. And still at this, we have to kind of wait. You can't fast forward to 4 p.m. The abilities to skip to 4 or 8 are kind of pointless also in the game. It definitely feels like a Sexy Brutale 2, if such a thing were to exist, which I'm not sure it would have been better thought out and more polished as an idea. You would almost certainly want to get outside of a building and instead have it more of a city type scenario. In fact, yeah, in a lot of ways this isn't too far off from something like a Silent Hill game where you're just mentally torturing yourself. And all we're doing is waiting for him to put the bomb, which has a clock on it, which it doesn't even make, it doesn't really even show you that well enough that you would really recognize it. All I see looking at a TV 10 feet away is a black mass on the front of some dynamite. I don't see anything that I would label as a clock. Right, and then we can, at that point, I think just reset the day completely. The fact that it says Saturday every single time seems weird. Alright. Let's see. A replica of the Sexy Brutale location of the fireplace has been marked with flags. These appear to be explosive. Incendiary things. And we can hide in here. And off we go. The view from this window stretches out into the distance. You're reminded of the beautiful parts this place has. Alright. So what this does prove to me is that there's just nothing here. Alright, so we'll just reset the day again, because it really does not matter how many times you reset. So I guess this is supposed to be the replica of what the Sexy Brutale looks like. But even from the outside, it does not really logically look like a building or a mansion you would build. That's gonna save us some time that we can now skip. And then it looks like you're about to just be defeated. And then they just say, forget it, stop with the masks chasing you. And we'll just skip the rest of this dialogue. Watch the previous episode if you really wanted to know it. Basically, he was trying to commit insurance fraud, which is just like the most simplistic and dumbest idea. And then he failed and killed all of his friends. Like, and inherently, if you're supposed to care about any of these characters, you're going to have a hard time making the player care about them, as more often than not you're going to see them die in these comical ways, and that's not really going to make you care about them or want to save them that much. You would have to be pretty gory and pretty brutal and pretty unfair in the way they die, and it would have to be depicted more zoomed in and more realistic to make the player kind of care and want to save the people. But you don't really know who you are until this last second as a character, so there's not really a reason for the character you're playing as to be connected to the characters that are dying as much, other than to say he's just this friend, which in truth he's not really a friend. He is the same person. But yeah, and that seems like this reveal made the masks feel necessary when really it didn't. Like, in fact, comparing this to the Nonary series, in the second Nonary series, this is a spoiler for that game that you probably shouldn't play, Virtue's Last Reward, there is totally a point where a character thinks they look one way, and then it's revealed through the eyes of the other characters that they look completely different. You could have done that, certainly, and then the powers don't have to be connected to masks, which is fine. Anyways, as a concept, and the gas masks here certainly could have been the only masked characters instead of the victims being masked characters. Which then that would show the face, if you zoomed in a little bit more, of the victims, then you would actually care about them more. If you compare this game to The Cave, which kind of has the same feeling, and again we'll just skip through all this text, The Cave, you really just enter at an entrance and exit at an exit, and that's all you really have to do. Nobody has to die, but often people or characters do die in a comedic way, kind of showing that the characters you're playing as tend to be evil or tend to have done evil things. And it's really at the end of The Cave where you decide whether someone gets the good ending or the bad ending. I don't even recall enough of The Cave to know if there is if there's a way to kill off characters in The Cave. And inherently, I think The Cave is a much better game because it allows for you to play it over and over again, where this game has that possibility in which you could play it over and over again, and the mansion could like readjust itself and be in different orders, or you could have different options as to how to save people, maybe a second option, or options to not save people, and maybe that would be beneficial in some way. But none of that is really in this game. It's very linear for a game that's about going back in time, in the sense that there is only a good path and you have to take the good path. Although at the end we have this walk away, use the watch, turn back time, let the party start again, we will all be here, your friends will be here, your mansion, your memories. So the bad option here is to rewind time, and then just let your friends die in this hell that you've created in your mind, in which you can remember them, but they end up dying over and over again, to keep you and all the other copies of you so anguished that you're powerful enough to continue to create the world. Last time the obvious right answer was to say no. Let's see what the wrong answer is when we say yes. But yeah, you never get past Saturday, and thematically that makes sense. But video game wise, you might as well just not say Saturday. Alright. So, we want to just walk through every door we can, which that's what I'm gonna try and do, is go through every door. There you can see a guy going through the chapel up there, but none of it just means anything. These books, these paintings, they mean nothing at all. Unfortunately, we don't have a map that would mark things for us as far as rooms we've used the investigative powers on. So probably is just better just to wait and go in a room. Right. And then what I need to think about is, are there possibly some tricks here that I'm not thinking about? Because there definitely is a possibility there that of the remaining, how many invitations is it? 5 invitations. I think all of them are going to be centered around a ability. A character's ability. We never did anything with the paintings, we never did anything with the books, we never did anything with the let's see. And it never did anything with the chairs. I'm just gonna set my new start point as this point, and we'll work our way through the library on the 2nd floor. Like, if the safe at the beginning of the game gives us an invitation when we do if it gives us an invitation when we lockpick something, there's probably an invitation by doing shattering glass somewhere and talking to ghosts. We never really saw a pattern or a solution towards the like the singing, I imagine, is something along the lines of, we need to get the record from the bar and take that. There's a candle here. Well, there's a ghost here. I think we've already talked to that ghost, though. So yeah, I'm just actively going in circles. The second floor is going to be particularly difficult. This room was just like copy and pasted as a room. Alright. See, all I'm trying to do is to see. Oh yeah. You shattered this with your voice, and then that lets you light the candle, and that lets you talk to the character. But I don't think there's any other ability around talking to the character that matters. And see, I could have fast traveled through there. And the game is still wonky, to say the least. In that it is a little wonky in how it sets things up. Like, see, it feels like I need some ability, but I don't have that ability to use the heart or the watch on the fireplace. Unless there was some other trick to put, if I could put out all these fires in the fireplace. It feels like that would be something worthwhile. But I don't think there's ever a point where you have water available to you. I'm running out of time, so let's set our reset point. Alright, so how are we doing as far as progress? We're at 45 of 52. And yeah, there's water there. So maybe I could use like the hungry charm in some other way to eat different fishes to get an invitation. Like they've actively and intentionally set this up so that you cannot. You could go through here if I wanted to. Of course, that would just take me to the upper floor area, which is back that way, which I don't think I really need to investigate. And if I do need to investigate, I will investigate it later. And see, I can't help but worry that there is a way to run around and collect, put out all the fires, and the game is just not making it clear what the trick there is. We are gonna have to come in this room anyways. and the whole kind of red herrings of there being a giant voodoo fish. So we are set back this way now, and we'll go and grab this, and then we'll see if we can use this. I guess that's the question, is would there have been an out of order pattern I could have done to eat the second meal first versus the first meal? Yeah, because if you started here and now you have this satiated hungry charm, I don't know what the next step would be. I thought I had already scanned that room, but apparently not. And at any point, it is very possible so maybe we didn't talk to this guy. So there's an invitation we found. I just don't want to waste time, so I'm just gonna run out the door. A lot of these invitations and collectibles obviously are things that you would just only be able to collect or get if you're not focusing in on actually playing the game and trying to win. There's still some weird glitchiness here. This key of old habits. Check inventory for details. Okay. I'm interested in the key of old habits in particular because oh, this whole room connects. Alright, let's see where we are. We're still at 45 of 52 cards, and we're now at 5 of 9 brochures. We've now got Willow Blues. which I guess inherently this will let me boil it down to the invitations I know I need to collect. And then a lot of these rooms certainly also are in specific points, so like going to the Theater Brutale will obviously get me a couple, whereas we're done with Heaven and Hell Staircase. We're not done with the basement. I think we're done with the gardens and the chapels, and I think we're completely done with secrets. So this is working out fairly well because I know where to go. Particularly I need to go to the music rooms. Just cleaning up that area alone. I guess I don't have sixpence as an invitation. Alright. I'll just run ahead of this guy. Even though you walk incredibly slow in this game, it really is not slow enough. That's the wrong room anyways. We'll come back into this casino section later. I was meaning to go this way. Yeah, I question though where the remaining cards are. Like, doesn't it come off as strange that there's just no more cards to be found? It's not like there was a bunch of like shatter or screaming abilities in an area that I missed, unless there's just something I don't understand. I'm just trying to walk through these theater rooms. These are not the music rooms. The music room is above, and we did the music room first in the original game, or in the original run of the game. So having this record at the moment probably isn't going to help me. Almost certainly I did originally look at most, if not all, of the fireplaces, because I was pretty thorough in playing this game. Alright. And this is the room we're synchronized with, right? So unless there was something more as far as talking to this guy, I think there's probably an invitation I'm missing by following this guy. Yeah, I can't get on the stage. And this ghost, there just doesn't seem like there's a lamp around here. There's another invitation. The cage being electrified stops me from potentially stopping the spikes from stabbing him. And this is the first time I've even seen that the spikes stabbed him. Alright, so I may have to save him to get back to that area to get the invitation from that guy. The key to the old habits, I have no idea what that is. Let's see. But yeah, we're now up to 6 of 9 invitations, and if one of them is 6 pence, then, and we already have the locksmith. There probably is a trick to this. Probably something along the lines of getting up here very early. And probably not going to the basement, but we'll check the basement out while we're here. Worst case scenario, I just go in circles there. We can double check. Yeah, we now have all of the theater scanned, which they really are just wasting the player's time to make this a longer game at this point. And apparently I am missing something. Playing card. If there are 2 playing cards for that room, then I would have to assume that those playing cards are actually in that area. Otherwise, I have no idea where the playing cards are. I wanted to actually look at the map, though. Yeah, this will just take us down to the basement. And do we have any business in the basement? Otherwise, we shouldn't bother. Yeah. There's a playing card in the basement, and there's an unknown power. So we go this way, and we waste time this direction. And then we never have to be in the basement again, hopefully. It looks like we'll probably go long, but I kind of don't want to make a whole nother episode. Yeah, because I just really don't think that there's going to be a big wrap-up on this. Like, I think we're going to just collect everything, and they're not going to give me any kind of gameplay mode in which I could run around and try and save everybody, and they're not going to give me any kind of speedrun mode or anything else. Like, you could speedrun this, certainly, but I don't know if a speedrunner's time is going to be significantly different from let's see. We'll just set this as our starting point. Yep. Yeah, I really would have to question whether speedrunner's time would be significantly different than a regular player's time, in that this whole thing, this whole game does kind of just feel like there's a set number of ways in which you can interact with something. I have suspect if I could get through a mirror fairly quickly, I might be able to get to that tube area up there. Interesting, the door is not locked, but I can't go through it. There's still some achievements in this game, which is weird. As far as just, I would have thought I would have unlocked them all. And this is where it really just starts to get weirder and weirder. Like, only Sixpence has even died so far. And they just die in this order, so unless there was something around an achievement for this. Okay. Oh, actually, I do know where this card is, come to think of it. This is the very last card, I believe. So... Well, you do get water here. So could I grab a goblet with some water and go put out a fire? That's an interesting thought. Ace of Hearts, now collected. Which, yeah. We now have the graveyards, and we now have the card room locked down, which that really pushes us to the music room and back to the guest rooms and the bar and the casino, and just some really early sections and people. Willow Blue and the other girl. We need to find her invitation. Still. Also. It's worth it to just check each of these rooms, because we're gonna need to just reset anyways. So just for thoroughness sake. Alright, let's reset at this point. So what I'll say is we'll make a mad dash here to get the water. And then we'll make a mad dash from the water to get... Yeah, I don't think there actually is a card up there, so I don't think you actually need to be up there. From the water, we try to get a mad dash to the fireplace. Any fireplace. If we can use the water to put out one fireplace, then we know that there is a secret extra game element to all this, and it would kind of even explain that broken doorway somewhat, and that there might be a secret good ending in this game. If we get to a fireplace though and that nothing happens and we can't use the water on it, then we kind of know that we just need to collect everything. And even at that, I probably should make a second episode. Every single time I think that I'm close to the end when covering these games, it turns out I'm not anywhere as close to the end as I think. Alright. Let's see where this ladder takes us. Alright. It is still very weird though that there would be other fireplace. Where's a fireplace? See, I think if you were gonna assume that you are putting out a fireplace for each person, then that probably has to change just the entirety of how the games work and how this scheduled experience it works. And then there's still this vent. Interesting. Can I just run in here? Yes, but I don't think I can use my abilities when I'm running around in here. Like, I don't even know if there is a fireplace anywhere around here. Let's just go this way. Yeah, it seems like maybe the vent is simply to look through. Come on, come on. Show me a fireplace. There had to have been a fireplace somewhere around here. Is it any faster to look through a door than it is just to walk through a door? We are running out of time. Stone fireplace, the embers are cold. What? I don't understand. I don't understand at all. Why are the embers cold? Have these bad guys been setting fires this whole time? As if that was a big a thing you would just miss. And yeah. So have these guys just been kind of walking through areas, starting fires, and the trick here would have been to not. Yeah, he does. He just shows up and starts a fire. Both so weird all of the time. So I think there is a trick here. But obviously the trick is not the cup of water, which I find that annoying. Let's see where we are. The theater has nothing more to show us. So I'm going to reset time. And we'll go and see what the embers maybe mean with the lighter. Otherwise, yeah, I just have no idea. Feels like there should be an invitation in there or something. Feels like you could kind of lock this. If we're looking for an invitation off of the guy being dead, I don't know how we would get that. I don't know another way to like turn the power on so that the switches would have to be pulled at the same time. I don't know another way to mess with this. See, I just don't see a candle in here that you could interacted with. So you light this guy. I probably need to light this guy earlier. And then probably need to figure out something from this. See, they have this conversation here. And I'm looking for the guy on the left's invitation. And it's not like I really want to save the guy. And see, there's just like nothing here that you can do. And see, here's the ghost. And unless I'm just supposed to follow the ghost. And see, he pushes that. And he closes it and electrifies it. So what are we trying to do? Let's see. Now the ghost walked out of that room. Let's talk to this guy. So do we follow the ghost? Or do we try to hit the circuit breaker switch to turn the power back on? Because I think the second I would pull this switch. Like, I can't come up here and interact with anything. See, then he's gonna walk back this way. See, we're looking for this guy. Like the guy on the left's brochure. And it's very possible it's in a completely different place. Right, so then he walks in here. Is there a candle the light in here? No. So if we were supposed to be following the ghost, I don't know the value in following the ghost. And then he walks back this way. See, if you were to come up through the trapdoor, I don't think you could come through the trapdoor, but you wouldn't be able to do anything anyways. Let's see. Did we get the rest of the casino? No, there's two parts in the casino I need to go look at. Meanwhile, we're just waiting for these two to die. See, at that point he gets electrocuted, and I think I already searched his body and found an invitation off of him. And then it does just look like this ghost at that point isn't doing anything. He's just on this pattern of walking back and forth. And even at this point, they're pretending like he's still alive. Until you see him actually dead and spiked on the swords. And yet even at that, the mask is still considering him alive. Until that point. See, I just don't see a way you would get to him. Let's just reset. Okay. So my thought is that there's just not anything in the theater. Let's go and grab this. Let's see if we can rush through here. Like all the music around this ghost-filled area also, I guess, didn't really boil down to anything. We never really found anything we could do with that snake. What's your poison bar? Let's go ahead and just set this as our new default setup place. Or default startup place, I guess would be the right phrase. Alright, so up we go. And the singer lady's invitation almost certainly is here. And we'll burn through this, I imagine, very quickly. These music rooms were nice looking, but they didn't mean anything. Yeah, more than likely, this record on this will spit out a card or an invitation. I guess the question to find out here is there something I'm missing? Shallow pool surrounded by marble. We'll just walk right through this area. And see, I think at this point I don't know if there's anything else you can do. I don't know if that really is going to solve anything. It may be that this key of old habits works on this door. Yeah, that's not the right key. And see, I just didn't move fast enough. Alright. So we're now done with the bar. We've gotten 2 of the music rooms done. Ace of Spades. Didn't we already collect the Ace of Spades? We must have gotten a different ace there. And so there's one more room we need to investigate. And then there's casino rooms and while we're here, let's just look at the map and see if there's possibly any room I've missed. What does it say? Old-fashioned record player. Alright, so if the record I picked up wasn't the right record, then this must be where we pick up this record. Otherwise, I'm supposed to just get the invitation off of her body later on. Yeah. It may just be very much that it's the same gimmick being used twice. And there's nothing more to it than that. So let's talk to the ghosts. Let's see if they have anything they want to tell me. Yep, so he had the invitation, which almost certainly means that there isn't anything else. So we're looking for a card. There's like blood on the floor. Seriously, did we miss a card? So I just missed it, basically. Each of these have something different to say. Or they all together have something to say. Alright, well. So it's 6 and potentially an invitation for Lucas, myself. We have the casino and the guest rooms to unlock scans of, and then we will be done. Although, still feels like there's 5 cards. Find a playing card to unlock this, the King of Spades. Find a playing card to unlock this Queen of Spades. So I probably shouldn't be in the guest rooms. And then the casino is just scan stuff. Still does not feel like there's anything you could do, though, to put out the fires. Or to otherwise synchronize there and restart. We never really got an extra ability. Let's go and reset the day. I just don't know where the other cards would be. And I really have to question whether anybody would bother to play this extra content. Let's chase after this ghost as fast as we can. Let's see if we can talk to this ghost. I don't think we really can. Just continuously chasing after people here. Let's see. I guess the question is, can I get through this area before Sixpence dies? Yes. Does going through this area do anything for you? No. Alright, so let's just reset the day again. It's so hard to believe, though, that the guest rooms, which these areas aren't really labeled well, would have that many secret cards or cards to collect, but it's kind of hard to believe anybody's going to have any more cards to collect. Let's see. Let's go see what happens if we play the Hungry Charm out of order, or if we use the Hungry Charm half satisfied. The only other thing I could think about doing well, I have no idea, unless this is just a case where I've walked past this treasure chest multiple times and missed it. Yes, I have. Okay, so there's probably another chest. It may just be that simple. You can't use... Yeah, you wouldn't have had the lockpicking ability originally when you were in this area, so it's not super surprising that certain things wouldn't have worked. And maybe I just needed to have hit the A button multiple times. Maybe I just needed to use the bone key multiple times. I mean, you really are running out of other options and other directions that you can go. Run this way. And yeah, there's a cold fireplace. Does that mean anything at all? It does feel like there might be some kind of secret to finding all the cold fireplaces in this area. How do I have a Hungry Charm and a Fed Hungry Charm? That seems like that's a glitch. It seems very weird. And it seems like that glitched back into... So I imagine that's really a case where it just respawns the item when it disappears. Alright. And see, he's already, at this point, defeated and taken over and possessed the other character. So like putting out the candle here probably doesn't do anything for you. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Already got that one. So bone key going this way. Yeah, it wouldn't be super surprising if one of these cards was actually just locked in a corner. You just can't do anything else. There was supposed to be something else around this idea. There's nothing in that room. It does say that there's a ghost in this room, which is, I don't think, accurate. Candle's already lit. There's no ghost in this room. If there is a ghost in this room, it has something to do with the painting up above there. See, now the fireplace is lit. So maybe the fireplaces are just supposed to be markers. Well, let's see if we can rush down this way and get into the spider room. And see if we can scan the spider room. Like, we never found the card on like last second there. We never found the card on a dead body. Right. Okay, so where are we now? The casino, we did find the butterfly house. That we need to know, we need to go back to the casino. We're looking for a queen of spades. Card also. And I think it's probably best just to go and do that. Yeah, it's probably best to just go look at the casino and try with that as fast as possible. If there is a card somewhere in this place, it's in some weird position. Cabinet is empty. Deja vu. So easy to hit the A button and end up going back. Let's see. The rusty key of old habits seems to be a key to the casino. Probably to unlock this door. But it just unlocks. Anyways, so there must be some other element. We don't really need to go in here. Okay. Is there a trick to this? Unknown power really just indicates that it needs to be scanned, and then we need one more card, and there are 3 more playing cards after that. Okay. Is there a point in which we can get into this casino and scan? Or do we need to get in the casino and scan, or do we just need to get into these rooms down here? Like, this could be a card. There's a fireplace already lit here, which kind of means they've already acted. There's our card here. No scan of this room. No scan of this room. It kind of feels like the cards should pretty much be hidden in some of these items that you interact with. That would make a little bit more sense. See, I almost wonder if the trick was to just turn off one CCTV camera and not both, or if the trick is that you actually do have to turn them both off. Yeah, we're just waiting for this guy to drink, and at this point he should die. But he seems like he's got to drink either the last one or all of them to be poisoned. This may very well just be random too, and we're just, it seems like the red one is the poison one. So yeah, he's got 4 more to drink. That he needs to drink before he's dead. So we'll just run out of this room. And since we're over here, we'll walk in this room and see if there's anything to scan. And we'll even walk in this room. See if there's anything to scan. It's pretty obvious that this is the beginning of the casino, so there really wouldn't be another thing. But what really sucks here is it does seem like there is this possibility of like me missing a couple of cards and just having to wander around the entire mansion a couple more times to find the cards. But I would almost assume that the last couple of cards are probably going to unlock for you once you get all the others, but maybe not. We still need to find Sixpence's invitation, and we need to get the last character's invitation. Which that could be anywhere. And at this point, all I'm doing is really just grinding for achievements. I'm not re-engaging with the game and doing something amazing or interesting. If anything, this is just reminding me how much of this game I probably didn't see and how much content your average how much content your average player is just not going to see in this experience, because everything is happening in real time. This is a great example of what a real world simulation with a thriving environment can hurt, in how something like that can hurt instead of help. I don't know who's really talking. I guess maybe it's her friend. But yeah, it seems like Clay here is just getting more and more drunk. So he wins finally at blackjack, gets a celebration shot, drinks a celebration shot after drinking all those other shots, and then dies. And that's the only point which you can scan him. Just make sure we've clicked on everything else. Alright. So that's the casino. This leaves us with a Queen of Spades card, 3 cards otherwise, and sixpences, guest invitation. So if I'm gonna guess, I probably, to get to sixpence, I'm gonna run this way and just get ready to reset our starting spot. We'll just start here, and then we can reset. Okay. Let's go see if we can find sixpences invitation. There's a lot of these rooms over in this section also that really just don't mean anything, don't do anything. It felt like they were going to be a lot more important. While this guy's walking, I want to come over here and look at this. We should also check and see if there's anything more that needs to be scanned, because I think we have scanned everything. Yeah. So it really is just those last 3 cards that we have to worry about. Or, yeah. 1 last card and 1 less invitation, or two more invitations. And Queen of Spades and 2 invitations. And what's gonna really suck is if it turns out that there are, see, it seems to imply that there are like 3 more achievements. So unless I'm getting a specific achievement for getting all the cards, or getting a specific achievement for each of the cards, alright, where are we? Yeah, we're here. And we're looking for his invitation. Which, where would his invitation be? Probably just on him. So we probably should just let him die. And see, the fire is already crafted. And I think if we were to set this as our reset spot, I think we'd probably find that this fire is already set at the beginning of the game. So unless we did have some other ability to put out fires, which is questionable, and I will say, as a small area, like, I'm not sure that this map is particularly much better than any other area. It seems like for a tutorial section, it would have made more sense to really have just the chapel and then the room to the left at the top, and the room to the room to the right at the top and the room to the right at the bottom, and maybe a single hallway. Certainly it does kind of show that you can just run through rooms, and if the tutorial forced you to run through a room and exit through a different door, then that might have made more sense. There might be an achievement in which you have to hear every single line of dialogue, which I'm sure there's lines of dialogue I've missed. Then B was gonna beat you to death with a candlestick. Which is a reference to Clue. Right. So there's his invitation on his dead body. Which that means we have Reginald Sixpence, Clay and Trinity, Willow, Tequila, Grayson, Reed, and Orem runes, which Thanos Garaki. He's the odd man out, I think. And yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. Okay, I know what to do then. So, what I need to do is work my way down. Okay. So once these two get burned, that is where I want to get the body, but I may need to be in the basement to get to the body, actually. Yeah. It is more likely that I should be in the basement. Where are we on the map now? Oh, that's the problem though, is that if I get in the basement and I'm in these cross panels, they don't actually connect to the rest of the basement. You have to go through, I think, this one. Where are we now? In the casino. What's interesting is this shows how the music kind of changes when you're in a different area. And this is probably the closest experience to trying to run around and save everybody you could do. And it is just gonna really highlight that it doesn't really work very well. There's too many people wandering around for you to stealth. And certainly this would be an impossible game if you actually did have to try and stealth your way through all of this. And you could not be caught and you could not be in the same room as other players. Alright. So we are waiting for these two to go down the incinerator and die, and then I should be able to get the invitation. Well, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Thanos Gork. How do I have Orum's invitation and not Thanos's? They must have been holding each other's invitations or something. Anyways, though, while I'm doing this and waiting, I'm going to just look up the Queen of Spades and see where it is, because it's not worth spending like 20 minutes wandering around. We've played this game fairly thoroughly, so if I was to guess where it is, I would assume it's in the garden. Let's see. Let's see. This here, I'm looking at an achievement guide. A lot of these achievements made a lot of sense in that you were just saving people. And so we've done all of that. There we go. His charred body belonged beyond recognition. Something in the back of the chair. Okay. And that's Thanos Gork. So this is Aurum runes. I got the names totally backwards. I thought Thanos was the other guy, and I also thought Thanos was a girl. Which, yeah, if this was voiced lines of dialogue, that would be helpful. We might as well just let time reset. Still most of these achievements. You have to do automatically. It's a very good idea, it says, to keep a checklist of... I have no idea where I am. There, keep a checklist of all the cards you found. So We are still at 3. We have all the invitations. Apparently there's a third ending to the game. Collect all the cards and then return to this room. Then it's showing me a map of the old habits. Oh yeah, there's that room. Okay. Then there's an achievement called Total Brutal. Unlock every trick, secret, and note the mansion has to offer. This one will be one of your last achievements. Collect all the cards, save all the guests, obtain every invitation, unlock all details about the rooms, and at the end of the game you'll be asked if you want to reset it. Reset it to continue on your journey to collect everything. You must use the power from Thomas in order to discover information about certain rooms. Just press X when the mask appears. This will unlock information in the brochure. Once you have done everything, all that will be left is in the brochure secret section, which will stay hidden until you complete the game. Once completed, that'll be unlocked. Okay. So basically, there may be no way for me to find all of these cards unless I can recognize because I haven't kept track of it. Time-based cards you find in fireplaces before they get lit on fire. Interactions. Ghost. Sometimes a puzzle. Needs to be solved. Mostly this is in the basement. Running on the vinyl record, finding the ball intact with the pinball machine to interact with the pinball machine, collecting certain cards to create a bridge. Alright. So, man, this is sucky certainly because there's a whole list here of cards and I'm just going to have to scroll through this really quick and see if I can figure out which ones I wouldn't have gotten. Almost certainly they are in the fireplaces, so any fireplace one is probably the one I missed. Right. Queen of Spades is in stage room. Left of the 3 ghost blocks. Requirement is nothing. Alright, so let's go get that first. Because I don't want this to get boring. Well, I guess a point to ask here though too is, was this fireplace always lit? Yes, it was. So anytime we see a fireplace, there is a decent argument to simply resetting and figuring out if that fireplace was lit before. Yeah, almost certainly, I guess, I probably have found some cards in the fireplace and not thought about it. And there's 2 we've missed. And so there might be the one there. Alright. So it's just here. I just missed it visually. Well, that sucks. To say the least, that sucks. So was that the secret chamber we just unlocked, or the bell tower, or... what? I don't know. But that doesn't quite get you an achievement. We still have 2 more that I need to find, and might as well just pause and stay paused because that pauses time, and read through every single solution. I went through 4 of them, or a 4th of them, because now I'm in hearts. Yeah, there's still a very high chance, though, that I would have missed things. It would be so nice if they're not going to do anything else. Just let me click on that and pop up a very simplistic list of the, I guess, 3 remaining cards. Why is that still 3 remaining? I thought I had found one. 3 is a big number. Let's see. Found in the storage room, in the clothes racks. I think we've probably searched that. Inside a first floor fireplace. Must collect before 5:10. Let's go with that. Yeah, I suppose it is very possible that I have a couple more just sitting on the ground. So I inevitably want to probably set your start point here. And if the map just showed me fireplaces in a good way, I could probably have figured this out myself. So this key to the old habits. You collect when you have all 52 cards. It's past 5:10 at this point. And this would have unlocked this. And there's potentially a bad ending here. So he's here now, grown. I want to play cards. Blackjack. I know a game we can play. You love blackjack. They stole my cards. I know they're here. Get my cards and we can play. I'll pretend there is a prize. You will want the prize. So you want the cards. Please get my cards. So you have a very dark room. And that's what that looks like. It says I will kill you as you leave. So maybe that's a third ending. Consider that the I guess general idea might be that we'll reset our spot and reset time here. And we've been going 2 hours, but we're very close to the end. Alright, let me pause for a second and try to get my bearings. First floor fireplace, it says. This is ground floor. Alright, so it's actually upstairs. So we did get an achievement for going in there. I do kind of get the feeling though that the third ending here is going to be distinctively different than the other two endings, where the other two endings are either you get the credits and you save everybody. Interesting, the key's not there. So that may just be a thing that doesn't have to ever be done again. Let's see. I am here, and this is not the fireplace they're talking about. They're talking about a fireplace over here, which we'd already gotten. Alright, so that's not one of the 3 cards. Queen of Hearts was just interacting with the podium. Ace of Hearts. So now I'm up to clubs. Let's get to the theater possibly before 6:30. There's another fireplace there. Okay. There's no quick path to getting and yeah, there's a high possibility that I'm walking past a place where another card is. I'm just going through the list of all of them. If I'd only found, say, 12 of the cards, I wouldn't be bothering with this at all. I would say, well, forget about it. But we have one more achievement to get. We have 3 more cards to get, so... Let's see, I don't know if I'm actually going the right direction. Nope. Yeah. Yeah, it is in that. I think we got that one too. But all I can really do is just reset the day and see what happens. So if none of the 3 cards that I haven't found are in the fireplace, then I'll be very confused. But I'm also looking at all the other hints, so there was another one somewhere else. Yep, we'd already collected that one also. Alright, continuing down. 2 of clubs was not it. Most of these are so obvious, and I would have absolutely gotten them. It really needs a sound effect. That's the thing that would have really helped us. If you had entered a room and the sound effect happened to tell you there was something in the room. Okay. Alright, run this way. There might be a bookcase in the library I didn't click on. Just walk out of this room and then wait until we can walk into the room to move forward. You know, it's not a terrible idea to also just go ahead and transition out of here and see if we can find a couple of cards. Out here. There might not be any to find, but this is about the only time the music changes. Oh look, it turned into the graveyard. That's interesting. So now no longer do you have that fantasy ending of the fantasy house you dreamed of. You know the reality. But that didn't lead to any collectibles or anything. So I would put that more as an Easter egg than anything else. We didn't spend a ton of time on this game. It was probably a 10 to 12 hour game. And now we're spending an extra 2 hours with like maybe a fifth of the game running around trying to get collectibles. Which just highlights kind of the problems of the obsessive nature that is brought out in players when they're chasing achievements. Right. He says he thought he had a card, but a sense of deja vu. So I already had that one. When the canvas drops a card. Okay. I found one I know I didn't get, almost certainly. Hmm. Hmm. Maybe I missed that one also. May have missed that one, certainly. At least I'm getting some good leads now. In the diamonds ones, it seems like the diamonds ones. Well, I may have missed one in the storage facility. In the storage room on the music floor. I may have missed that one also. Okay, we've got quite a few, which that helps. This helps quite a bit. There. As far as possible ones I've missed. Like over here in the corner. I think I saw there might be one there. I probably already picked it up. Let's light this candle so we can talk to the ghosts. It doesn't seem like you ever do anything with the snake. Which is weird. Like, I really can't do anything at all, can I? I need to get out of this room. Now I'm just wasting time while the characters walk away, which you do way too much of that. So that I never shatter this. No, I did. Did I never come in here and pick up the one there? Yes, I did. Okay. Yeah, it totally makes sense why you would want to keep a tick mark on each one of these. Because there's no help at all. Just going through all the diamonds. Alright, yeah. Back up we go. There might be one in the library, there might be one in the storage room over here. I don't know if there's... Just waiting for him to leave, I guess. Like the odds that one of the ones I missed is one of the ones laying on the floor seem pretty low. Yeah. See, there was like one in the corner here. And I already got that one. I may very well have to just go through the entire list. Just checking off every single one of these. Okay, well the good news is I do know where a couple are. So, if we can just rush to that couple. And anytime I see anything that might be shattered or any chest that might be opened, I'm gonna take advantage of it and open it up. See, I don't think that there's any other gimmicks. I don't think it's any of the fireplace ones. I don't think it's anything like that. It could be the just poor eyesight that's created a big issue here. Or there could be a card in a room, and looking at this game from 10 feet away, it is a little dark enough to at least entertain the thought that I'd visually miss something. Some of these definitely were things. Like some of these books that you read. I don't even know where I'm going to reset. See, and that's that same room being repeated multiple times. Oh, this is going forever, though. This is going on forever. I should have broken this up into a second episode. And this happens almost every time. You get to the end, you want to do cleanup, and then it becomes this marathon let's play of just rushing through the whole thing. See, on this camera, there was a card. I remember that. And we disabled that camera, and we got that card. Let's go ahead and reset ourselves. Plants giving off a rich scent. And so you would almost think that there would be a trick to spinning something and getting a card to fall from that, but that doesn't seem to be the case. A lot of these doors were definitely not unlocked and open originally. Alright. Just wait until... Oh, that whole conversation's gonna happen. So we'll decide to avoid that. There was one. So that was Ace of Spades. So now we're up to 2 more. And I know where one is, which just puts us in a pretty great position now. It's just taken forever to get to this position, in which I think we will be able to figure out the rest. I don't think it's that the last one is in some way special and you can only collect it when you've collected everything else. It is just yeah, poor case here. Poor example of just a lack of optimization and lack of hand-holding that a game like this probably should give you, because if it doesn't give it to you, then you're just gonna spend a lot of time. Alright, so you're gonna spend a lot of extra time wandering around. Alright, this conversation is still going on, but the good news is it's almost done, and we found the other 2 cards 2 hours and 25 minutes into this episode. And I heavily suspect that this is not going to be worth it. Alright. I think what I need to do is reset myself and get the card at a different time, or I need to just keep on checking it on the hour every hour, because almost certainly somebody is putting a card in the dumbwaiter. This may mean that I got the card in the basement from the dumbwaiter. Yeah. If I didn't get the 2 of diamonds, then there's some other card that I missed. It definitely feels like all the diamond ones in particular are the most difficult cards to collect. Hmm. Hmm. Let's check it again. Hmm. It probably happens fairly late in the game when you're just not paying attention. I do have a couple of other thoughts I could consider if it is not here. But it's not going to be good if it's not here, certainly. And if they just had given me a list. I can eliminate some, certainly, that I know for certain I have collected. And some that are fairly likely that I've collected. But 5 of diamonds is a potential one that I haven't collected. Probably doesn't matter what you have in your inventory. It probably doesn't matter if you pull this. I suppose there is something interesting around the idea that the placemats here have a spoiler. Lafcadio Boone and Eleanor Bundes, whatever. Like, we're almost completely done, so if it was supposed to be at the very end of the game, we're almost out of time. It would almost make sense that if there would be a card right in the last second. Yep, there's no card there. So we'll restart and we'll think about, we'll check it early as possible. Although I do think that there's just a high possibility that I collected that card and don't remember that I collected it, or I collected the card and like it, and yeah, it's just another card somewhere else to collect. Yeah, that doesn't seem to be the right one. So I must have just collected that card. The good news here, though, is that this library was a section we certainly didn't spend a lot of time in. So there is a possibility that there is one more card in here. we'll just search everything. We'll shatter the glass and we'll talk to the guy. There's still a lot of room though for nonsense. And a lot of extra time that I may potentially have to spend trying to find that one last card. And I don't know what I could suggest to other players, really, either. Like, I played this game fairly thoroughly. I don't know how I could have been better other than just being better. And the pervert ghost character did not play any role here. Alright, well, best way I think to go would be this way. It says something about the character design, and frankly I'm getting a little bit more irritated with this game as I continue looking for this, so I'm probably going to be a little bit crueler in my criticism, but it definitely does say something about your focus and your design when the pervert ghost character is the most well-written character, most interesting character in the game. And you really just don't have time or room to have a character like that. See, it does look like there's kind of something over there, but I guess not. Yeah. There's nothing there. Okay. I'm gonna try and reset myself over to this area. Alright. So it says in the master aquarium room with the fish on the first floor, there was a card just sitting there. We just walked past it and got it. Or we didn't pick it up, it wasn't there. Wait a minute. There's a glitch in this achievement guide. Darn it! And it's the exact one I need. I bet. No, wait, no, I just scrolled down. Okay, thank goodness for that. Ah, but this is not going well. Southwest security room. That's a possibility. Let's go ahead and reset and see if that's possibly it. Inevitably it will be in the last place we look, because that will be the last place we look. But we have spent a lot of time in the left side of the map. I didn't really need to pick that up, I just wanted to walk over here. Alright. It is possible it's in the theater. It's kind of possible it's anywhere. There's water in this room. Which I think that probably is a mistake to find water in any room. But now I do know I've gone through all the achievements and there's no achievement for putting out fireplaces. So we know that's not part of it. We've just been to the same place over and over again. Alright, next thing where it possibly could be. We got that one. I almost certainly got that one. Almost certainly got that one. Top room of the chapel area. Maybe. Theater area. Did we possibly miss one in the theater area? It's either we missed one interacting with the theater or something else. Eastmost room on the first floor. That might be something. Nope, here it is. Finally. So it was a fireplace one. We will hopefully be done in less than 3 hours as far as this recording, but that was just pathetic. I mean, there's no other way to describe that. Just a bad experience. Just a lot of collectibles for collectibles' sake. They're not adding anything to the characters and backstory. For me, at least, because I'm not actually reading them. Like, this, without all these collectibles, very possibly would have been a couple hours shorter of a game. And that probably would have been a better experience. Alright. So, third ending. Yeah. We were just collecting cards at the end there. Like, the cards weren't unlocking any other progress at all. It doesn't give us an item. If collecting cards, say, made you move slightly faster, there might be an argument for it. Or if it gave you more time, that it like rewound back to the beginning, there might be an argument to that. But see, the idea of even rewinding more than the 12 hours really then would just have made them have to schedule more people walking around, more dialogue being spoken. It's interesting how the map still shows the house when that's not really what's there anymore. Yeah. It wouldn't have really helped much to get more time. Walking faster, yes. But, yeah. Maybe you just get the 9 invitations and get rid of the 52 cards. I think that probably would have been smarter too. Often I think publishers require a certain number of collectibles in games as just a metric to prove that the developer actually developed a game. And 52 is slightly over 50, and so I wouldn't be surprised if they were required to make at least 50 collectibles. And yeah, when you look at the masks that we have, it's kind of shocking how little you use the mask powers. So if there hadn't been 52 collectibles, or if all the 52 collectibles had used more of the mask powers more often, that probably would have been better. The fact that it seems like over half of the cards are just lying on the floor really shows that they weren't being very puzzly or challenging with it. I assume I'm just dying and going to hell at this point. Either that or the game is just going to straight up make us play blackjack, which I don't really see a reason why I'd want to play blackjack in this game. Lucas, I've been so lonely. You brought me all my cards. You know, there was always another option. You didn't need to choose. You could have chosen not to choose. Gold Skull, Bloody Girl, Red King. I don't know if I saw a Red King option. Staff guests? Forget them. Forget the pain and suffering, come back to me. Forget them all and just play, Boone. Lose yourself in the game and I will take care of you. I gave you this mansion. Oh, so is it the devil gave the mansion in the first place? Probably not literally. I will help you. I loved you long before any of them, and you loved me. Let me help you. Just take a card. Is that really the ending? there anything more to that ending? Interesting. The map is now missing. Okay. So I don't think I can do anything with this. And I can't walk through any of the other doors or interact with anything. Alright, so it's just a dance party with everybody. And the killers, clones of yourself, are playing music. So this is kind of the happy-go-lucky, I imagine, joke ending. And so we are just having straight up a party. And lines of dialogue. And see, these people without their helmets on are just completely unrecognizable. Without the masks and the helmets on. Like, I couldn't tell you if... I guess that's supposed to be the Mexican wrestler guy. So I guess this is the good ending. As it is. And let's see. Nothing we have can work here. But we can shatter this. And shattering that seems to fade to black into the credits, I'd assume. And so it seems like you're just going to get the credits again. We'll just go ahead and hit the A button and skip that. And now we can see we have a 100% chip in the lower left hand corner. And I assume that there isn't a 200% version of this game. Wow, 92 hours is almost certainly an inaccurate amount of time I've spent in the game, unless they're saying I've spent 92 in-game hours, which maybe that's believable. I assume continuing will still just let you run around where you were. Yeah. Let's see. Everything's been collected, but you are back into the normal instance of the game. I guess I'm glad this building wasn't any bigger. Alright, well, that's gonna be it for this series. Which, yeah, I've made a couple mistakes, certainly at the end here. Taking a week between finishing most of the game and then finishing the last part of the game was a mistake. Spending nearly 3 hours getting all the collectibles was a bit of a mistake. Although at a certain level it might be kind of smart to not have a bunch of extra episodes collecting collectibles after we've made the main story. I really don't have a lot of new things to say about this game. It is better by far than Zero Time Dilemma just because it has actual gameplay in it. Its story might be slightly worse than Zero Time Dilemma just because the characters aren't fleshed out and interesting. The visuals are a problem. It definitely feels like it was maybe targeting to be a cell phone game first and a console game second, or even like a Nintendo Switch game. The 3D models and the masks and all of that makes it look pretty bad. The music is fairly repetitive. It is frankly shocking that there isn't a speedrun mode option where you have to try and save everybody in one run. I don't know if the moral of the story is particularly that helpful either. What did we really learn other than don't commit insurance fraud? Otherwise you might be haunted by your mistakes for many years, and maybe even end up in a hell-like scenario locked in your brain or in reality. Yeah, I really wish I cared more about the characters that I was saving, or I was playing as the bad guy. It would have been easier, frankly, just to play as the bad guy and set up scenarios where they do get killed, and then the trick would be to make it so that everybody in the house dies in one sequence, where if one person gets killed, that changes what the other characters do, so you have to react to their reactions. But yeah, I can't really imagine that there would be a Sexy Brutale 2. It would need a lot more polish visually and audio-wise, and just a better thought-out concept. Anyways, that's going to be it for this series. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos because that helps me with YouTube. If you go to my YouTube page, there's a playlist tab that has a playlist for every game I've ever covered. And if you want to support me even further than all of that, there's links down to social media sites you can follow me on, and then there's also a link to Patreon, or you could friend me on Steam and give me a gift card or game off my wish list so I have more games to cover. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.